Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Saturday Show. We're returning to our roots of insane, silly Saturday topics for the Saturday Show. I had been super serious, and I was like, it's time to just make a trip towards home. And I got a guest, so I can really rant today. Um, I'm going to get some bills paid. First one, hit that subscribe button, hit it, smash it, obliterate it. I'm at 423. So that means I am 77. Yes, that's right. 77 away from 500. Hit that, smash that, obliterate that subscribe button. We can do it. We're very, very close. Support me on Patreon. Patreon support starts at just $2 per month. That $2 a month is going to help me to buy a new light because I bought one, but I had to send it back because it didn't come with a stand. So I still need a light. So I appreciate your support. And finally, contribute to the First Baptist Church North Drama Camp, which I am heading up this year. Camp starts June the 20th, ends August the 16th. We are trying to raise $3,500 so we can get costuming, production costs, etc. Your contribution, great or small, is appreciated. Thiz, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing okay. Sorry, I'm a little tired. I don't know why. Um, I, I guess because I just ate and I slow down after I eat. But yeah, I'm good.
Yep. So hopefully you will not try to politicize this topic. I purposely I've been going with this people. I started off with superheroes I could beat in a fight. Politicians, no, I haven't done politicians I could beat in a fight. I've been on this fighting kind of thing for a little bit if you've watched this channel. And keep in mind, I've never been in a fight in my entire life. I have never been in one fight. So
That's good.
my fighting skills. I mean, when I got picked on and some girl jumped me, my sister actually fought her and not me. Um, so I'm assuming I have fighting skills, but I actually don't know if I have fighting skills. So I'm gonna kick this one. And if you got your own, just jump in or comment on what I say. The first one, that old crusted Captain Crunch. He old, he can't do nothing. What is he exactly captain of? I don't even know. Captain of the sea, captain of the ocean. What is he captain of? I can easily, I'm talking about easily. And keep in mind, y'all, I know these are cartoon of cereal mascots, not human. So don't, you're not even human. But I'm just saying, if he was a person, I got him. I got him.
I don't think you could take Captain Crunch.
He has no strength. He's old. What has he actually done? Like, what is
I
he
mean,
ever doing?
to be a captain, that means he was probably a sailor at some point. So he's in decent shape, even if he is old. And then he has a really low center of gravity because he's only that big. So it would be really hard to, grapple with him. And then you haven't been in a fight. So I think he'd win. I think he'd win.
I think I would kick Captain Crunch's behind all the way up and down. He, you've never seen him sail a ship. You've never seen him lift anything. You've never he's just there. No,
He
I can
does sail the ship. You've seen the
win.
commercial. He'll be on the commercial. He'll steer the ship right into the. I don't even eat cereal, but because it floats. But he'd steer the ship right into the beach and the kids, and then the thing, and he would. Yeah, he sails the ship.
Let me tell you who else I can beat. I don't know the names of these three because it used to be three of them. Then it started down to two. then one, and then they just disappeared. The Cinnamon Toast Crunch ones, them three,
There was
I
cinnamon toast
cannot,
crunch.
yeah, them three. Oh, I know I could take all three of them. I could take all three of them one by one or all three of them at one time because they literally just did nothing but bake Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's not like they were sitting out here talking about, hey, we're gonna do stuff. No, no. I don't know what their names are, but I know it started off with three, then it went down to two, then it went down to one, and now they don't even exist anymore. But it was three of them, and they all were white. And wait a minute, I'm gonna find this one out. Wait a minute.
You on the Wayback Machine because I'm seeing it now, but I don't recognize these guys. Chef Wendell and his crew. Chef Wendell, Bob, and Quello. Quello sounds like a drug, but huh. But now they're just little cinnamon squares. So
Yeah, and that is just the cinnamon squares. I'm like,
I think you could
yeah, there
beat the
was
cinnamon squares, but I don't think you could take the chefs.
yeah, I can't. One is fat. No, two of them are fat, and one of them is super thin. Oh,
Yeah, one
it's
of them looks like the
easy.
guy from Ratatouille.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, easy, easy. Tell you who else I could take. I don't know the name of this, but I know the cereal. That little bumblebee from Cheerios.
You could
I
not.
got this.
You
Yes, I
couldn't beat
could. I'm
Buzz.
not allergic to bug. I'm not allergic to bee stings. You can sting me all day, and I'm gonna still keep stinging. What are you? And fun fact: when bees sting, they die.
Buzz ain't got to sting you. Buzz, I think Buzz can. I think Buzz got hands.
But he doesn't have hands. I don't
He
think.
does, doesn't he?
Wait a minute.
Since he's a cartoon, I assume he's got hands.
Wait a minute. Oh, he does have hands. But what is the mascot's name?
His name is Buzz. Honey Nut Cheerios. His name is Buzz.
Wait a minute. I know this is not on topic, but they named him Buzz. They couldn't have came up with, I got this. Oh,
It's
I
a
get
great
Buzz,
name.
Buzz, not bee, not stinger, not anything. I'm not allergic to bee stings. So you could sting me. Well, one, you sting me once, you gone. I don't even have to put up hands. Just sting me one time, you gone.
Tracy, why are you beating up cartoon characters?
These are cereal mascots. That's different. I've already done cartoon characters I could beat in a fight. Also, I also know that I could literally beat Tony the Tiger. I know it.
No,
You ain't
ain't
got
no
to
way.
convince me. You could get no. I know. All he does is they're great. What? He don't do nothing.
He's
He
a
sits
tiger.
there.
He's a tiger.
Oh, I'm scared.
You
I'm
should be.
looking.
He's a tiger. Tony will get you. Sorry.
No,
Mm-mm.
Tony, we're not. He doesn't do things. All he does is be behind them little kids. Here's the scenario, right? So it's some kid, he can't play some sport. He gets teased by a bunch of bullies. And then him and the little kid, they win the sport. And then Tony Tiger says, they're great. That's all he does. Period.
So that shows you that he has the skills of motivation, public speaking. He's into
He has the
athletics, so he's athletically
therapy,
inclined. So you would have to
therapy.
fight Tony and his crew. All them
He
little
doesn't
kids would
have a
jump you.
crew.
All them little kids would jump you.
What kid out here liking Tony the Tiger?
All
What
the ones
child?
that all the ones he helped get over being bullied.
They can't do nothing. They was getting bullied. They couldn't even stand up for themselves. They had to go get some tiger. Like, come on with me.
And
Nah,
he
I
and
can,
he gave them courage and a sense of self.
he's worse than the cowardly lion from the Wizard of Oz. I'd rather get in a fight. I would rather fight the cowardly lion from the Wizard of Oz than Tony the Tiger. I could beat both, actually.
Well, I mean, you could beat the cowardly lion because all you gotta do is boop him on the nose. But Tony, you'd have to fight Tony, and
I could easily. Easily. This would be so easy. Tell you who else I could be. That little silly rabbit, Tricks rabbit.
Why would you want to fight the rabbit?
He irks me. You have the cereal in your possession, and you're so stupid. You let these little kids take it from you. For what reason?
You gonna fight the kids?
I will not fight the kids, but I'm saying he's so stupid. All I do is just come up with a box of tricks and say, "Silly rabbit tricks for kids," and then he'll just sit there here in bed. He don't even do nothing. He puts up no fight, none. I literally know how I would fight him. I would literally just go buy a box of tricks, offer it to him. No, no, I wouldn't because they never offered to. I'd eat it right there in front of his face, be like, well, "Silly rabbit,
You're
tricks are
mean.
for kids."
And so
Hey,
now
this
you're
is a fight.
bullying, you're bullying Tricks, which will then mean that Tony has to show up. And now you got to go up against Tony and Tricks.
And
Nope.
I can
You
take them
lose.
both.
You lose.
I can easily beat the Tricks
And you're
rabbit.
wrong for picking a fight with Tricks. He's just adorable.
What? That nasty cereal? Nasty.
Well, all cereal is nasty.
No, all cereal's not nasty.
All of it.
Because I'm going to name one. Okay, I know he's a bear.
Sugar Snaps? You can't fight.
I think I could. I think I could. Like, I
You
think
ain't gonna
I'd
fight
have a
no
good.
grown. You ain't gonna fight no grown black man.
Why? Why you gotta wait a minute? Why he
You know
gotta
he's
be
black.
black?
You know he's black. And
Wait a minute.
ain't no other character that smooth. That's Billy D as a serial character.
The Sugar Chris Bear is black now. Okay, let's buy it. He had to be drunk though, because I didn't get him sober because he's a bear. Okay, got it. But is he a carnivore eat bear? Because I'm mostly flesh, so I can fight him, but I'm gonna need some extra tools.
Bears are omnivores, so he will eat meat and he'll eat vegetables. So he prefers his diabetes infused sugar cereal.
Easily. I'm telling you, I put thought to this, and I think I could beat the Sugar Crisp Bear, but I could definitely beat the frog, the Honey Smacks frog. Oh, I got that one. I got that one.
I forgot he was anybody.
Yeah, because I always get those two cereals confused. I get Honey Smacks and Sugar Crisp confused because they taste exactly the same. I'm like, they taste just the same.
Is
But the
one,
honey,
are they from different? Like, okay, so Honey Smacks is Kellogg's and Sugar Bear, is he Post? What is he? Oh, looks like he might be Kellogg's too. I don't know.
they
No,
taste,
he's Post. He's Post. So that would be
but
why
they
they're the
taste
same cereal.
exactly like. I'm
That's
like,
why
I
they're the
can't
same
tell the
cereal.
difference. Um, that little Lucky Charms. First of all, let me go off on
Nasty.
Lucky Charms the cereal. This is the most disgusting. Who in the world sit here and think, "Oh, I'm gonna eat some dry marshmallows"? Who? And then I'll put milk in them. Who? Who sits here and thinks, "Oh, yeah, that'll do it"? Marshmallows are already disgusting.
Yes.
Marshmallows are disgusting. They are nasty. Then you're gonna color them. Then you're gonna dehydrate them, and then you're gonna put milk.
And float them in some milk with some sharp cardboard cereal pieces.
I don't even know who sits it. And yeah, that Lucky Charms little thing. I don't know what his name is, but I know I could beat him.
His name is Lucky. See, I don't even eat cereal when I know some of these guys' names.
I just know the brand that they're with. I don't be knowing like their name, just like I didn't know Buzz. I'm like, y'all couldn't name him Stinger. Like, really, that'd have been better.
I think Buzz is better. I like Buzz.
Um, yeah, I could beat the Lucky Charms guy easily. He
What
didn't
about
do anything.
Frankenbear?
Okay, now see, I'm not gonna name Frankenberry because I don't really think I stand a chance. And I'm talking about people I can beat. Like I would have a shot. I don't think I could go up against Frankenberry, but I could go up against Count Chocula.
Really? He's got magic,
No, he doesn't.
doesn't he? If he's a vampire, he's
No.
got to have magic.
If he's a vampire, all I gotta do is fight him in the daytime. Hello?
He ain't gonna come outside.
Yeah, I don't think. Wait a minute. Yeah,
What
and y'all
brand
come
cereal was that?
because it was three of them. It was that
General
mummy.
Mills.
Yeah, it was the mummy, Frankenberry, and Coco Count Chocula.
It was Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and Boo Berry. Um,
Was that
and
the mummy
then
one?
I
Because I
don't.
didn't eat that one.
I'm not sure who the mummy is. I just see these three. And there was one that's called Fruit Brute. That was a werewolf.
Yeah,
I don't think that made it. Um, but that was the another one in the series. Let me see who the mummy was, because I remember a mummy, but maybe
and I don't remember the werewolf.
I don't think anybody does. I don't think it lasted. Fruity Yummy Mummy. That's one, but that's not. That's also General Mills. Yeah, that's General Mills too. So I guess those are the
Yeah,
two that nobody really liked. They just kind of fell off.
yeah. I think I could take Count Chocula, but I don't Frankenberry. I'm like, I don't really think. I don't really think. But I know just what you another one I could take. That toucan Sam with his big old whatever that is,
It's
beak.
his it's his beak. And why are you trying to fight the bird? He was arguably the best one. And he had the
That
best cereal out of all of them.
Fruit Loop. Yeah, Fruit Loop.
Yeah. Because I liked Fruit
That's
Loops back when I ate cereal. I liked Fruit Loops. I liked Raisin Bran, but I had to put a little extra sugar in it. And I liked what was the one, the apple ones?
Applejack.
Apple Jacks, yes. I used to like
It
those.
don't taste like apples. Never
No, it
tasted
just
like
tasted like
apples.
straight up sugar in a bowl.
I'm
So
like, y'all calling it Applejack, but it don't really taste like apples per se. Um, it's one on the tip of my tongue, and I can't think of what it is. Oh my goodness. Um, oh, oh, these three make me sick. I cannot with this cereal. It is the worst cereal. Snap, crackle, pop.
yeah,
I
Rice
cannot.
Krispies was nasty.
I cannot. This is just crisp rice. It didn't take some. I could easily. I could take on. Matter of fact, just bring all three of them. Bring all three of them, because I could literally take them.
They deserve to get beat up.
I'm just like, what? Who?
It's like if mayonnaise was a cereal.
It's like, what is it? What is Rice Krispies? The only time that Rice Krispies is halfway decent is when you put marshmallows in it.
And see that I personally can't stand marshmallows. So I'm not gonna eat it. I've only tried Rice Krispie treats maybe once or twice in my life. And I just wrote it off as a cultural divide because the only people who ever tried to make me eat it or offer it to me were my white friends. But it ain't got no flavor. It has no real taste. The Rice Krispies don't really have much of a taste. The marshmallows don't really have much of a taste. And then it's just sticky. And it's like, why am I eating this? Like, why is this happening right now? Um,
It
I
gums up.
just
Yeah,
couldn't get into it.
I could easily take all three of them. I could take them all at once.
You
I
can't
could take
fight
them.
three of
Yes, I could. Those
them.
three. Oh yeah,
They
I could.
deserve to get beat up, but you can't take all three of them.
At once. Yes, I could. Oh yeah, I kick one, punch the other one, and then twirl the other one around. Nope, I could. I definitely could. I could also be, and I can never think of this cereal's name. Um,
Hey, Tracy, can I, for just 1 second, I want to steal your screen. Um, because I just found an Apple Jacks box and it is disturbing.
oh, go ahead. I'll share it.
Let's see. Um, there it is. I think
I don't see nothing. Oh, there it is. Okay.
this guy right here. That's
Really?
disturbing.
Really? Really? Y'all gonna really do really? Yeah, just let's just throw racism in there. Yep, 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 yep,
I
yep.
don't know what they were going for with this one, but this subtitle is exactly right. It is scary looking.
What the
How did how did that make it?
who sat there and thought, okay, let's get a burnt apple and hey, let's make it kind of look black because I did do a whole thing on cartoons that were racist and then I
I'm
got
not
telling
claiming that. I'm not claiming that, Tracy. That's not them trying to make it look like it's black. That's just scary.
it's scary, but they definitely are trying to make that look black. I'm like, they no, they didn't.
And given how Apple Jacks moves, they're usually the cinnamon stick and the apple. And the cinnamon stick is like normally cast as being like Jamaican. So the apple is the white friend. So really, that's the scary white guy. Either way,
That
it's wrong.
that I don't even know what they was thinking.
Yeah, that's bad.
Wait a minute. I cannot think of this cereal because I did the Pac-Man cereal.
Pac-Man cereal. I don't think I ever ate that.
Why did they have like one in one bag? Like it was one big box, y'all, and they would have Pac-Man in one little pack, and then they have something else in the other pack. I could take
Was it
Pac-Man as well.
the marshmallows maybe? Because the ghosts were marshmallows, weren't they?
They may have been. I may be thinking of the other cereal. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Cereal that came in two packs.
Yeah, the ghosts were marshmallows. Oh, it looks horrible. Like, okay. Oh, this is like a short video, so you can't do it probably.
Nope, can't, because I got that free plan.
No,
Yeah.
that's cool. But I'm just looking at the picture of the cereal itself, like the food that they actually want you to put in your mouth. Um, no. This is like the gravel that you use in your yard. It's pretty bad.
Oh, this one you gotta be real, you gotta be a child of the 80s to know this one. Now, I already said I could be Tony the Tiger, but that's Frosted Flakes. I could definitely beat the rooster from cornflakes in a fight. Oh, I could beat the rooster from cornflakes in a fight. Easily. Just come out with
I'm
a
gonna
big
say you
old
could.
pan and some grease. Got it. Boom. Chickens and roosters are some of the dumbest animals ever. They are stupid.
But they're violent.
Stupid.
And cornflakes, let's just be real. Who I have never known anyone who ate cornflakes. I've known people who ate frosted flakes because I ate them. I've known people who ate the I'm poor cereal in the bag at the bottom shelf. But I ain't never heard of anybody eating cornflakes. Did they even have sugar in it? Like, I don't know.
No,
It
they did
looked
not.
bland. It's just
Yeah, so you had to go real, real, real poor. to eat cornflakes. That's when your mom we couldn't afford sugar. We had the cornflakes, but couldn't afford the sugar that you would pour on top of it that floats to the bottom. Yeah, that did
Yeah, this
easily.
is the one they give you, and this is no slight or jab, but this is the one they would give you on food stamps. They will
Yep.
let you get this, or you could get the bagged stuff at the bottom row. So this was like getting name brand, but it's horrible. Kind of like they will let you get corn pops. If you remember, you could have corn pops. But of all the bad cereals, corn pops was actually okay. It didn't taste like corn.
I could also beat up the cuckoo for Cocoa Pebbles one.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, Cocoa Puffs.
The
Yeah, Cocoa
bird.
Puffs.
He was like a
That
bird, right?
bird. That's another bird. Another one. I'm just like, why all these birds? Also, Fred and Barney and Zeno, we'll put them in the I
Fruity
might have a
Pebbles
shot.
Fruity Pebbles was great.
That's just Rice Krispies with food coloring.
And sugar.
That is just literally Rice Krispies and Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles. That's just Rice Krispies with stuff on it.
And sugar. And it made your milk change colors.
And it tastes terrible. That is one of the worst. Oh, I cannot
As long
stand
as you
Fruity
eat
Pebbles.
it, and this is back when I was a kid, when I didn't know any better, and I would actually eat cereal.
You had 2 seconds to eat it.
Yeah, you had to eat it as soon as it hit. So you put the cereal in the bowl first, and then you pour a little bit of milk in there. Not
Yeah, don't
actual
pour a
amount
whole
of milk.
lot. Yeah, not the whole cup. Don't pour a cup in there because it's gonna turn to mishmash.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
gonna
know
be
what
like
it is.
eighth.
Like what you sit here. Oh gosh, I cannot. Also, I said I could. Who else? Now this one, you got to be an oatmeal fan to know this. Oatmeal is technically cereal. The Quaker Oats guy. Easy. Although the Quaker Oats guy is actually, I think, based off of a real person. Think.
Hmm.
But I can still beat him in a fight.
Okay, so now I'm gonna throw something at you. First, I found Boo Berry. I finally found a picture of Boo Berry. So that's cool. But did you know Cookie Crisp didn't used to be the wolf?
No, it wasn't. I
It
knew
used to
that.
be this magic looking guy. I'm glad they changed it because I like the wolf with the Cookie Crisp. Yeah, that was a good move. They did good doing that one. And then Mr. T had a cereal. Could you beat Mr. T? Ha ha.
Now look, now you know I ain't gonna be that stupid. I'm not dumb enough to think I could be. First of all, he pitied the food. And then he had like all those gold chains. I would just be like, teach me your ways, Mr. See, that's what I would go to for my training, right?
Okay.
You go to Mr. T for your training and your workout so you can get ready for the fight.
Okay. ET had a cereal.
I've never tasted ET cereal and I hated the movie. I've never seen ET the movie.
I've watched the movie. I know for a fact I watched it at least once. I
Didn't he
want to
die?
say I've tried to watch it more than once, but I did not enjoy the movie.
Didn't he die at the end or get caught by the government?
No, near the end, he got caught by the government and they were trying to dissect him and stuff. But the little boy somehow helped him escape. And then, yeah. And then, hey, remember they made a knockoff movie of E.T., Mac and Me.
That one I did see.
I liked that
Oh,
one.
oh my gosh. We watched some terrible movies of the 80s.
Oh, the 80s has such amazing movie content.
The 80s, yeah, and yeah, I'm going to change subjects here before I get back to my original topic. There was a movie called, do you remember Soul Man?
Called what?
Oh, Soul Man.
Oh,
Soul
Soul
Man was
Man.
about,
Oh, okay.
this white guy. He went to college and he couldn't, he was like, I can't get in because I'm white. So he got
Steve
this
Martin.
brilliant idea to no, Steve Martin. It was not Steve.
No, he did
Steve
The
Martin.
Jerk.
That he did the jerk, which was actually
Okay.
funny. So this guy got the brilliant idea to disguise himself as a black man, and they just put like I don't know what that was they put on his face. Soul Man. How in the entire world did somebody think, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make a movie and have him play his face black. Cause that'll work. White people putting blackface on.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy is this, I'm looking at it. This is 1986.
We knew better. We knew better.
Should have known better, but you know, I'm looking at the cast, and it is an all-star cast.
That's what makes me mad. I'm like, y'all didn't know no, but who sat there and talked to them? Say, you know what? Because you know you
They
got to
didn't
have an
care.
agent,
It's
right?
just being
You know
funny.
you got to have an agent. So the agent said, I got this thing you should audition for. It's all about this white guy that paints his face, and he didn't get a what? Look on his face. I don't
Yeah.
understand.
But
I
back then in the 80s, you know, it was when they were semi-conscious of race. It's like it was the pivot point.
make
So,
that movie now. It ain't gonna happen. Well,
well, you probably could now.
yeah, you probably could now.
You could probably do it now. Um, yeah.
What was they think? Oh, who sat there and wrote that? Who sat there and said, "Yeah, this'll do it right here"? And another terrible movie, that one where he was a computer, and it was a robot computer, and El DeBar sang the "Who's Charlie" song. Remember that movie?
But one of my favorite 80s movies of all time, Inner Space.
I've never seen that one.
That was the one with Martin Short and some guy. And
Wait,
the astronaut was supposed to be shrunk down and injected into like a ape or a gorilla, but he ended up being injected into a human being. And it was a funny movie.
Short Circuit. That's the name of the
I like
movie.
that one. Yeah. Johnny Five is alive.
Terrible,
I watched that movie so much
terrible,
I knew all the words.
terrible. Oh my gosh, who
No
sits here and
desattemento
sings?
Stephanie.
I just hope God forgives us for the 80s. Just look, the music was great, but the movie, oh
The
my
80s,
God.
the 80s is literally one of the best decades in American entertainment, period. One of the
Well, we
worst
had,
decades for fashion, but one of the best decades for entertainment.
what you talking about,
Movies,
leg
music.
warmers? Leg warmers was it. And them Jordache jeans, they were super tight. Of course, I couldn't fit in them now, but back in well, I couldn't fit back in them then. Shoot, I forget. I'm black girl, so I'm kind of thickly built, so I couldn't fit them back then. So I sure can't fit them now.
The 80s fashion was terrible. It was really bad.
And what were them jackets called?
What the Thriller jackets?
There was a Thriller jacket. Okay, yeah, I remember the red Thriller jacket,
I couldn't
but
afford
remember the
one of
black
those.
and white one Thriller jacket? See, don't nobody remember
I remember
the
black
black
and red, and I remember red and black.
but black and white. I'm talking about the Thriller jacket that was black and white
I never saw
that
that one.
Michael wore on tour. How do I know these things?
And all these random people walking around with a white glove.
I can still remember Motown 25. I was 9 years old, and I can tell you every single thing that happened on that special. I can tell you every single thing. I'm like, oh, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. But who thought, hey, let me wear some penny loafers with some thick behind it white socks? We just
I don't
did
know,
it.
but I had to wear them because I had a penny in my shoe.
You
Thought I
know
was doing
what?
something when I would put like a nickel in there or something.
You oh, thank goodness I'm a girl, because thank goodness I was not expected to do all that.
Whatever. You were a girl, so you probably had jellies.
I did. I had more than one pair, and you couldn't wear them in the summer. You could not wear them in the summer
Sweaty
because
foot.
no, because it was like like stick your skin. You know, like
Wow.
it's super hot outside.
Mm. All right, so on the cereal thing, 80 cereal, because I just found this. Gremlins and Ghostbusters.
I didn't eat either one of those, so I don't know them.
But I mean, first, Gremlins, the picture on Gremlins was the Mogwai, was Gizmo. So you really shouldn't fight Gizmo anyway.
Gizmo
But
was the cute one, but then you put water in them and they turn into the gremlin, right?
right. So
Okay.
Gizmo, if
Another terrible
Gizmo the
movie.
one with the cereal, because that's what they're showing me, once he takes a bite of the cereal, wouldn't the milk get him wet? And now he
He's a
would,
gremlin?
well, he would, for it to be a gremlin, you have to feed them after midnight. And then
I thought you
getting
just had
wet
to pour
makes them
water.
reproduce.
Wait a minute. I thought you just had to pour water on them.
That makes them reproduce. So if you just put water on them, they pop up. You'll get more mogwais, like you'll get more gizmos, unless you feed them after midnight. They come out of their cocoons, and then you get them wet, and then they multiply.
I'm sitting here thinking, oh, you just pour water on them, they turn. Oh my gosh, there was gremlin cereal.
Yep. There were Cabbage Patch Kids cereal.
Okay, now you talking. I know for a fact. Now wait a minute, how many cabbage patch are we talking about me fighting? Because it was a whole slew of them. It was a whole slew of them garbage pail kids. Cabbage patch kids.
Yeah, that was a big deal. Every kid had to have a Cabbage Patch Kid, and then they made Cabbage Patch Cousins, which were like the animal version, and then we had Garbage
Parents
Pail
fight.
Kids for the
Now I
boys.
love the garbage pail kids, and they had a movie too.
Yeah, they did. Mm-hmm.
Entertainment. Now that was a funny movie.
I don't know
Aston
about that.
Howard. It was okay. Was it gonna win an Oscar? No. But it was just a good, like a good little, like, oh, that's cute. Ha ha ha. Like you kind of like Baby Boy on BET. It's
Oh, that's
on, so
terrible.
you watch it.
Oh no, I have never watched that movie ever.
Now that's one of the few movies with a mostly black cast I have seen.
I
Because
tried,
I've
and
never I've never seen Friday. That's the one I've never
oh, that's
seen.
unfortunate.
Look, it's funny. It just doesn't look. I'm like, okay,
No, Friday was a
I get.
classic.
But which Friday? The first one or all of them?
First one was the best, but it's the least engaging, but it's the best one. The second one was the funniest one. The third one, I don't really know why they made it. And that was it. I don't even remember. I don't even remember the third one too tight. I just know they made it.
Yeah, I've never seen Friday, so I don't know the plot. I don't know nothing. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take your
Oh,
word.
the whole plot is about smoking weed and the stuff that happens around smoking weed.
See, and I can't get me and weed movies. It just depends on who in it and what they talking about and what's the context and what. Because I usually I'm just like, oh, okay, that's all you gonna talk about. Like Boys in the Hood, it was about the gang, but it was a
Boys
story
in the Hood
about
was about growing up
no,
in the midst of
yeah.
of
So
the
it had like
gang
a
world.
backstory going. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
but the
okay,
gangs
I can
weren't really
understand it.
central. Yeah.
But if yeah, so it was like, well, Friday, if it's just about smoking weed, I don't care. Like I don't care.
It's about smoking weed, but only from the standpoint of whoever Ice Cube was, he didn't smoke weed. So this is his first time smoking weed with his smoker friend. And then just the hilarity and silliness of a black family, inner city type, not inner city, but kind of like the black suburbs life. It was almost like a funnier, looser Boys in the Hood to me in a way. Like it had some edgy pieces in it, but for the most part, it was just stupid. It's just
I recently saw Dead Presidents, and I'm like, why did I watch this movie? It
yeah,
was
that
so
doesn't sound like a movie for you.
yeah. I was just like, wasn't that what Lorenz Tate and they would like paint their face black? No, paint their face white. Rob Banks. Yeah, that was that one.
Yeah, there was,
Just like
but there was a lot of deep messages in that, because all of that happened because these are young men who they went off to serve their country in Vietnam because they were drafted, come back, their whole world is torn upside down, can't get a job, can't take care of your family, all these things are going on, and then they falls down that line and a lot of other dark things. So I didn't particularly enjoy that movie because I don't really like those types of movies too much, but I know it was a good movie. Um, but it was a good movie the same way that I would say Sugar Hill was a good movie, or what was the classic one with Nino Brown? I can't remember the name of it right now.
you sitting here talking to me. I'm like, oh no, I am
But
not
on
a
a
movies
serial tip,
person.
there was also I thought it would be a Star Wars serial, but it was actually called C3POs.
Yes, I can't fight them. There's no way I'm gonna win against intergalactic. See, I don't mess with it. No,
You could
no.
fight
I already knew I.
C3PO. You could fight C3PO. He
That's the one with the gold, or is that the
yeah,
trash can one?
yeah, he's the shiny robot butler man.
I don't think that's intergalactic, and then you starting to talk about nah. I'm gonna just keep it low on the intergalactic ones. I didn't know there was I knew there was a Pac-Man cereal, but I didn't know. Let me make sure before I hit this. I think there's a Donkey Kong cereal.
Yes, there was. It doesn't look good.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. I'm like, sat there and thought, and then there was Donkey Kong Jr. But you made
Basically,
one, and there you go, just make another one
if there was a popular movie or cartoon, it
in
got a
the
cereal.
80s. The Smurfs had, I know the Smurfs had a cereal. I didn't
Smurfs
have
had
to
a
look.
cereal. Yogi Bear had a cereal.
Of course, we know the Flintstones had a cereal. But you know who just now got a cereal? And it literally surprised me. Scooby Doo.
Hmm. I would have
I'm
figured he
like,
had one.
that's what I thought. I'm like, well, Scooby Doo, like, had to have a cereal. We're talking about Scooby Doo. This is Scooby Doo.
And it
Oh,
was such a layup. You just call it Scooby Snacks and sell it to everybody.
that is a layup. Now that I know I could not beat. You know what? I think I could take Scooby because Shaggy is a coward. Fred don't do nothing but order people around. Daphne is danger prone. The only one I might have trouble with is Velma. That would be the only one I might have trouble with.
I don't know. These kids caught bad guys for a living.
I mean, but did they really? Because it was really Scooby and Shaggy that was out there capturing them. Who
Well,
was
they
the
were
ones
kind of
that?
like live bait.
But you never saw Fred. Fred came up with the dumb plan. Gonna put soap in a jar, then what? I'll stunts it up. That
I'll go with
plan.
Daphne.
Yeah. No, sometimes he would go with Daphne and Velma. And then leave Shaggy out there all by himself. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave him out there by himself. Yeah, that was a layup. That was an easy layup. Just
I got
scoop
two of them
snack.
you could not beat. You couldn't beat. There was a Batman cereal.
Yes, I could just take away his white privilege.
How you going? You
Batman
can't
had
take it
no
away though.
powers. Batman had no powers. Now,
But he
Superman,
could fight though. He could fight. He's a
and
trained fighter. And
I think
then
I
Indiana Jones.
why would I be dumb enough to fight Indiana?
If you're willing to fight Batman, you got to be willing to fight Indiana Jones.
Only one I wouldn't fight out of superheroes. Well, no, because Superman is even the Superman serial. Because Superman's easy to beat. You just get some kryptonite and you done. The whole
You
thing's
got to
done.
get it though.
Yes, but apparently it's just laying out here all over the place. You just go find it. Be like, oh, there it is right there. I mean, everybody knows kryptonite is Superman's weakness. Apparently, this stuff is just out there that you just go buy it.
Yeah, apparently he came to Earth with it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, where'd y'all find all this kryptonite?
Ooh, here's one I didn't know this. I didn't know this existed either. Pink Panther flakes.
Pink
That
Panther is not
sounds
even a
bad.
cartoon.
That
That's just,
sounds
you know
bad.
what? Pink Panther is, I cannot stand that cartoon. I don't like it.
I
It's
like the
stupid.
cartoon.
It's just, it makes no sense to me. I'm like, you are not Tom and Jerry. Either say something or get off the screen because I can't with you.
Check this out though. I'm looking at the box. One, the box is purple. Two,
And he's called
he
the Pink
looks
Panther.
stoned.
Duh, you gotta be stoned to sit there and think I'm gonna eat the Pink Panther in a purple box.
Oh, I hope this isn't real. I'll show it to you. One second.
Is it worse than that apple one that I said was black?
No, that was just scary. That was just scary. But uh, see, he looks stoned.
Why is the box purple and he's called the Pink?
He's pink. His eyes are red though.
It looks like,
He's
you know
on
what,
something.
the Cheetos logo, the Chester Cheeser thing with them red eyes.
That is bad. That is
I
so
mean,
bad.
y'all know, you know what? I think some people were high when they could. I think Punky Brewster had a cereal.
Ooh, here's something I didn't know existed. Remember we're talking about Frosted Flakes? There was banana frosted flakes.
Flakes, yep, banana. Yes, they did not last long.
Ew. Just
And they
ew.
also have chocolate frosted flakes, which they still sell.
They do? Ew. But I guess everybody tried to do something with chocolate. Remember Honey Smacks, the frog.
Yeah, I said I could take them in a fight.
I know we were talking about the bear for Sugar Smacks.
Yeah, I said I could take both the bear and the frog.
Oh, okay.
I
I
just
don't
couldn't
know.
tell the difference between the two cereals because they taste exactly the same. I'm like, this tastes just like the other one.
Hmm. There's a lot of different things that we had back in the 80s. There were even Urkelos.
Now that I ain't even heard of. Who
Family
out
Matters
there?
breakfast cereal. Urkelos.
But yet there was no Family Matters. Family Matters. I mean, what was the white version of the show with the Danny Tanner and the other one and
Full House.
yeah, that's it. I was like, what was that one?
Yeah. I didn't. You know, it's funny. I watched Full House. I did. I can't even lie. I did watch that when I was a kid. I would watch that before I would watch Family Matters. But the reason I wouldn't watch Family Matters was because I looked like Urkel. So I used to get picked on all the time and called Urkel. So I hated all things Urkel. So it's part of my
Well, I
childhood
was
trauma.
definitely watching Family Matters until the Verkliel or Stefan or whatever that was, the alter ego. Nah,
Stephon.
see why you no, why you no,
They had to though.
no.
They had to bring Stefan out because it had got to the point Urkel had muscles. Like you're still trying to sell me Urkel.
Nerds can't have muscles.
Urkel can't have muscles. So you had Urkel, the little we watched him grow up from like age like 9 to like age 16. So he's like 16 years old. He looks like a grown man. So they had to let him branch out just a little bit. So
and that Urkeletta, when he would wear that dress, I'm like, y'all done just went too far. Y'all ain't gotta do
Or
all of
his
this.
his his cousin Gertrude or whatever her name was.
Yeah, I'm calling her Urkelella, but I don't know what that's when I was like, you know what? I ain't got to watch this no more. That's which one I want to do. So I want to, in these last few minutes, talk about my show tomorrow. So y'all know the Sunday show was always the serious show. So tomorrow I'm gonna talk about why the heck is y'all crying because Tommy Massey lost. I'm like, for real, y'all cannot be for real with this. Definitely gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about the 250 celebration and who's pulled out because I think it's hilarious. The Kennedy Center is still gonna be the Kennedy Center. That's gonna be hilarious. And then I'm just gonna hang out Sunday. So we'll get back to our series, but I thought, you know what? It's time to bring the Saturday show back to the silliness because we need to laugh. There's a lot of things out here that's just not making us smile, and we need that
I'm
every
having
now
a
and
good
then.
time.
Well, I mean, I
I'm
can't.
laughing daily.
But when you have a podcast like mine where I'm just super serious, I'm like, it makes me feel better to do shows like this. Um,
No, I get it, but I'm just saying you're no more serious than I am. But it's just that I'm looking at this stuff and I'm just like, I live in two worlds. I live in the world of, oh my goodness,
Bizarro,
huh?
you're in
Yeah,
Bizarro Land.
but it's like I live in two worlds. It's like on one hand, this is ridiculous what's being done, and the suffering and the chaos and the corruption and all the things you name it, right? On that's on one hand. But on the other hand, I'm like, this is exactly what we need. We need all of this. We need all of the pain, all of the chaos, all of the nonsense. And it's got to get a lot worse before America will say, yeah, we need to do something about this. So
Or we can do better than this.
no, we can't do better than this. We got to do something different, unfortunately.
No, I think we can do better.
So here's we have to do better. I do agree that with that. But, and I know you don't, let's not turn it too serious, but if you look back on our history in this country, when have we ever done better?
The Civil Rights Act of 1964 or
Five.
5. Thank you.
Yeah. You had desegregation, and I think in 1952, 54. And then you had the Civil Rights Act in 1965. You also had a Civil Rights Act in like 1868. If a lot of people don't know that. But none of that stuff matters because it's always been contested. It's always been something that, white America has constantly not wanted us to have, or at least a sizable portion of white America. So America's never done better. And then to the extent we can say better, it's been roughly 60 years. And America said, you know what? That's enough. So
Yeah, they was like, we didn't really mean it.
yeah, I'm tired of
We,
this.
we, we, we tried, and it, we prefer the racism. Just
Yeah,
we go
you
back
know,
to that.
and it's like, we don't, and it's what's funny is if you push them on it, they're like, I don't like racism. I don't like racism. But when we had it, my life was better. So
Yeah,
it's like,
just yeah. So I'm gonna be talking about that, and so that my Thursday show, I will have another guest. He just confirmed his name is Marshall Sully Travis. He is running for a congressional seat in Elkhart. That's going to be at 6 p.m.
is that
because
Indiana?
he's in Elkhart, Indiana. Yes, he is. Um, but that will be at 6 p.m. So don't look for the show at 7, look for it at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have not decided on next week's Saturday topic because I gotta visit one more time. How did somebody think that Hell Honey I'm Home was gonna be just this hit show? This show still makes me scratch my head,
That show would get amazing ratings today.
probably.
Ain't no
And that's
problem with
bad.
it. They would literally do it, and then if you said anything bad about it, then they would say that you're being reverse racist.
Yep. Yep, you are so right. But I will probably do theme songs of the set. No, I'll do which one is the better decade for sitcoms, the 70s, 80s, or 90s.
Uh, I think the '80s easily wins.
I think the 70s got for the 70s, you had Sanford and Son, you had the Jeffersons, which actually did come on in the 70s. You had Good Times. You had I'm like All in the
Yeah, too
Family.
much
I'm like,
racism in the '70s though on TV. They were allowed to like do way too much racism.
well, yeah, you could not put Sanford and Son on now, and somebody be like, as many
Or
N
the
bombs as they
Jeffersons.
was dropping. The Jeffersons, I think the last 5 years you could, but the first five, no,
But I
because
mean,
they
not to
was
say any of
dropping.
those are bad shows. I'm just saying, like, but when you look at the '80s, now you have Family Ties, and you have Different Strokes, and you have Silver Spoons, and you have Cosby Show, and you know what I'm saying? You got all these shows in the '80s that you could literally put the whole family down and watch it, and nobody walk away freaked out.
But yeah, but well, I'm telling it. I can't. I mean, All in the Family. That's like I'm like I
That was
can't
pretty
think of
bad, but that was the
all.
'70s, right?
All in the Family was the 70s.
Yeah.
That show was so groundbreaking. I mean, a lot of people compare Trump to Archie Bunker, and I'm like, nah, Archie Bunker was way smarter, way smarter.
Archie
He was,
Bunker was the evolution of Fred Flintstone to Jackie Gleason's character in The Honeymooners to
you know,
Archie
you
Bunker.
got that exactly backwards. Jackie Gleason, Fred Flintstone,
Okay.
because the Fred Flintstone is based off of Jackie Gleason's
Off of The
honeymoon
Honeymooners?
character. Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that's what it was based off of. So, but yeah, but they're all like the same character. But Trump is more,
Diabolically evil.
yeah, he's the
Archie was
Scrooge
just
character in the Christmas Carol. He's him.
yeah, I'm like, well, Archie Bunker, he was bigoted, but I don't know if he was. I'm like, I don't really know he was racist per
No, he
se.
was racist. He was racist, but it was a different kind of racist. He's that racist that like is more bigoted than racist, right? Like he doesn't mean any harm to the people. He's
Yeah,
just
he's just
ignorant. He's just
yeah,
purely
he's
ignorant.
ignorant. Because I don't think
So
like he would have conversations with Lionel. He'd be like, "Hey, Lionel, sit down." Now he hated George, but he would have conversations with Wheezy. He'd have conversations with Lionel.
he's the
He
one like
loves Billy Davis Jr.
he's like it because I think when people think of that era, and this isn't to forgive any of it because I don't have any forgiveness for any of these people, but they were literally steeped in it. Like it was the air they breathed, the water they drank. It was everything around them. Because I remember this was back in like '07-ish when Obama was running for office. And I worked at Target at the time. And this little old lady, uh, I don't know what it was about me that made her think that she wanted to talk to me. I don't know. But she said basically, she referenced Obama as being colored,
Oh no, she already messed up right there.
and she did like the person did in that McCain interaction. We like, and I think he's a Muslim, right? And
Because that's the most horrible thing you can be.
when America, apparently it is. You can, as long as you're a Christian, doesn't matter if you live like a Christian, as long as you claim to be a Christian, you're okay. But and then we like the comic book mentality. So if you're this, then the opposite must be that, right? So they've chosen Muslim as the opposite of Christian. You know, it's a strange thing. I guess everybody needs an enemy or something. But I didn't even get mad at this little old lady because one, it's a little old lady, and like sometimes I still can get mad at a little old person because you know you bad, you're bad. But you could tell she was like Archie Bunker kind of white. You know, like she legit don't mean nothing by it. She just doesn't have a filter and hasn't figured out
Yeah, because
how
I
to.
think about shows like that. I'm like, and I still have a hard. I still think the '70s has a really strong argument because all of those impactful shows for me came in the '70s. The
They were
'80s was
groundbreaking.
more like
They were groundbreaking.
the the '80s was kind of like Silver Spoon. I couldn't stand the Cosby Show. I still like A
I will
Different
never
World better
understand you.
than I like the Cosby Show. I don't know why I love the spinoff, but I could not stand the Cosby Show. I
Yeah.
was more of a who's the boss girl because I had this big huge crush on Tony Danza. Yep, I sure did. So every
I
time
had a
they
crush on the daughter. I can't remember what her name was,
Alyssa
but
Milano,
yeah, I had Alyssa Milano because it's Alyssa Milano, you know, and we were like the same age. It's like, whoa, she's gorgeous. Kind of like I had a crush on Rudy, and I had a crush on uh Tatiana Ali, right? We're all the exact same age. But Who's the
and
Boss
then the
was not a
'90s,
good show.
it was a it was good in
Mona
the
was
beginning.
cool. Mona was super cool. But Angela was horribly casted. Like, ew. I didn't like her character at all.
Loved it because I love the dynamic. He's a housekeeper, and he had my one of my favorite shows, Mr. Belvedere.
That was pretty good. I liked it more than I liked Benson.
Oh, now Benson was my show. That was my show right there. Loved Benson. Loved Soap. Soap was one of the
I thought
highly
Soap was a
under.
movie.
Soap was a parody of TV soap operas.
Hmm.
That's where Benson came from, because Benson was the butler on Soap.
Yeah, but I thought Soap was a movie because I thought Whoopi Goldberg and like
It could
Julia
have been a
Louis
movie called
Dreyfus
Soap, but
in
I
it.
know Soap, the TV show. Mona, the one you just named off of Who's the Boss? She was on that show. She was one. It was two sisters, and they had like two totally separate lives. One was like a socialite, the other was like a suburban mom, and it was like their trials and tribulations. Billy Crystal was on that show.
They
He
really
played
played up
Jody.
that just because you brought up Billy Crystal, and I know it's a weird connection for me, but I really like the Bob Newhart show.
I liked
I
all
really like
three.
that show.
I couldn't tell the difference between them, but I loved those shows. I couldn't tell the difference between the two because I'm like, well,
Which
one
two?
took place. There was two of them. There was the Bob Newhart show, and then there was Bob Newhart. One of them took place
Okay.
in Vermont, where he was like the author, and the other one, he was a psychiatrist in Chicago.
I like
Big difference.
whichever one it was that had Larry, Darryl, and Daryl.
I loved them both. Both of them I loved.
And then Three's Company was my all-time favorite 80s TV show. I loved it more than I mean, it's in a different lane, I guess. Because I love the Cosby Show totally,
Kids shouldn't be
head to
watching.
toe.
Children
But
should not be watching Three's Company.
man,
All
please.
the Dupper and Tundra on that show, and I totally
Ooh,
missed it. Like,
Janet was
hey,
so fine. Ooh.
I'm not saying who was fine or who wasn't, but there was a lot of sexual innuendo on that show, and I
Yeah.
did not catch it. I'm like,
And I didn't catch most of it because I was a kid. But boy, I caught the fact that both of them women were gorgeous. And then
which
I
ones?
like the
There
Beverly
was
Hillbillies.
Suzanne Summer, Joyce DeWitt, the other one, the cousin of
Suzanne
Chrissy.
Summers, Joyce DeWitt, and there was the one who was before Suzanne Summers or
Yeah,
after.
but that was in the pilot. Because
No, they switched Chrissy's. Remember, we had a Chrissy for a while, and then we got a new Chrissy.
but that was the same character. I'm talking about Chrissy's cousin.
Oh, I remember.
That was right before they got, and it was
She was like
Chrissy's
kind of
cousin,
goofy, right?
and then that other one, and then they got Terry the nurse. How do I know these things?
But yeah, the 80s was amazing for entertainment.
The '90s, that's when it started falling off. Because then you get shows like Martin, which y'all ain't gonna like me. I'm gonna tell y'all now. I was not a fan of the show Martin. I could not.
I had a very complicated feeling about Martin Because even though I was a kid, right? I mean, I was like what, a teenager and young adult during that time, but I still, I've always been too serious for my own good. So I looked at that time frame, right at that time when Martin was happening, and I caught that they were only going to let us have so many black shows at one time.
Yep,
And we had Rock,
which
and
was a great show.
it was a great
That
show.
show was great.
But Rock was a great show in the same lane as Good Times was a great show. So like you'll have some funny moments, but it's overall it's a serious show. And then you
Eh,
had Martin, which was just stupid the whole way through. And Martin won. We ended up with Martin. I think he did a the show was great as far as just being a funny show, but it ushered in an era of black
Stupidity.
TV that was just bad.
That's just like we can do better than this.
Yeah, once we got him, it
Then,
just kind of went.
yeah, it was like Living Single, great,
We had
great
that,
show.
yeah,
Then Martin came on, and then after that, it just went.
yeah, because
It's
they
like
stopped
what?
investing in us. They stopped investing in us, and and I like these shows that I'm about to name, but like we ended up with stuff like Malcolm and Eddie and the Wayans brothers and Jamie Foxx show. I enjoyed all of those shows,
But you
but
couldn't
they're
take them
not on
serious.
the level
Yeah, it's
of
like
the other
this
ones.
ain't good time. This is not good
I
times.
learned you learn absolutely nothing out of
You
watching
sure
any
did.
of those episodes.
Like if you wanted mindless comedy, watch the
Yeah,
Wayans brothers. But if you wanted something that was gonna push your mind and be like, "Oh, I never thought that," watch
that was
Rock.
Rock. Yeah.
And I prefer to watch shows that are gonna push my mind. But I'll say this, and I'm in here. Um, why was there a show about black people in outer space? Why? Who sit here and thought about this? It was with Flex Washington, the one that played Michael Jackson in that
Homeboys in
bad.
Outer Space.
That is one of the worst shows I have
I
ever
forgot that
seen
existed.
in my entire life. Who sit here and thought, let's just put them in space. Let's just go ahead and just put them in outer space. Yeah, that would be funny.
I don't think I ever watched that.
I watched 2 episodes and I was like, Tracy, this is an hour you will never get back.
Who are these people? This looks terrible.
I mean, that's got to be the worst black sitcom. I don't know any that's I don't know any black sitcom. It doesn't even deserve to be called a black sitcom. That's how terrible it was. I'm like, I don't know what to call it, but I'm like, the fact that y'all sat here and thought, gee, let's just put black people, and then the little spacecraft they wrote in with a hoopty. I'm like, really? We're gonna really do this today. And then I'll never forget Flex for playing Michael in that movie. Never. Flex, I will never forgive you for that.
I
Never.
thought people say he did okay. No, no, no. It was because he looked terrible. You're right. Um. Anyway, I forgot that was a show. But you know what? Weird tangent. But a movie I did like about Earth Girls Are Easy. That was funny. That was a movie in the 80s. Earth Girls Are Easy. I think it was Jim Carrey in that movie. And Once Bitten, another Jim Carrey movie. That was hilarious.
Yep.
This is before people knew who he was, right? This is when he was somewhat serious, right? He hadn't found his way just yet. Before In Living Color took him on, and then it was like a rocket ship, and it was well, okay, but yeah,
Yep.
that's cool. 80s was great. 80s was great. 80s was great.
I'm still thinking the 70s. But the 90s, it definitely fell off. Because then, like, I can't. Only thing I like about the 90s, Fresh Prince of Bel Air. That's literally like the only show that kind of stood. I'm like, well, that one, Living Single.
Yeah,
Oh, Seinfeld was 90s.
Girlfriends was 90s.
Ah, girlfriends. That was just Sex in the City with black women. Oh, that's the
Well,
same show.
Living Single was Friends for black people.
No, Living Single was
I know
first.
it came first, but what I'm saying, but that's what it was. Frasier didn't even
Living
have
Single was
black people in it.
show didn't.
I
I love
watched
that show.
Frasier. Ain't had no
I
black
sure
people.
did. Didn't have no black people. And Cheers didn't either. Watch that show.
Cheers had black people in the background because
In the background, but
there was a
did they have
black
a
guy who
line?
was
No.
there was a black mail carrier that they thought was going to beat up Norm. Not Norm. He was going to beat up Cliff. They thought the black guy was going to beat up Cliff because that was a speaking role for a black person.
In that one episode.
I don't think there was any other speaking roles for black people in that show. But you would see them in the background, like on the phone or.
Yeah, Fraser didn't have none. I'm like, it's Seattle. Y'all can't make up somebody?
Yeah. Cheers
But
was in Boston and Fraser was in Seattle. And neither one of them seemed to have, black people.
it had no black people. I'm like, yeah, y'all gonna be serious about this? You can see a show like Andy Griffith. Okay, they lived in a small southern town. Okay, well,
That show was just terrible.
I'll take you down. You know I love that show.
I hate that show.
Well, the black and white episodes, not the color ones.
Well, this is like Beverly Hillbillies, black and white episodes. Color episodes,
Nah, I did not like the. My problem with the Beverly Hillbillies, it was the same exact episode. Every single episode was exactly the same.
Yeah. Oh gosh, this thing is modern.
Yeah, this is modern, and we don't know what it does. And watch Jethro do something stupid, and then to find out they weren't really related. I'm like, what? What you mean he's not his cousin? Yep, that's a spoiler alert for y'all. Jethro was not related to Granny, Jed, and
Ellie Mae,
the daughter.
Ellie
Like
Mae.
the daughter.
Just real quick, as far as like, I did really like some of these like old shows. So like Green Acres, I really like that show for some stupid reason.
No black people.
Right. I Dream of Jeannie. I loved that show.
I couldn't with that show. She called him master, and that just irked my nerve. I'm like,
Didn't bother me none. There's a white lady calling a white man master. I ain't care. I liked.
But I love Bewitched.
I didn't really like Bewitched that much.
Although that show was literally the same episode every single. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's the same episode every single time.
it was very repetitive. I didn't really enjoy it as much because it seemed like it was a more domesticated version of I Dream of Jeannie.
But Bewitched was first.
I didn't know what order they came in, but I know that I enjoyed I Dream of Jeannie more.
2 years before I Dream of Jeannie.
And I liked Gomer Pyle.
Oh, I couldn't stand that show. I'm like,
I loved that show. I could even watch My Three Sons. Or was it My Three Sons or was it Dobie Gillis? It might be both. But it was basically the same show. But I liked those too. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I like shows that have, black people in it, but I also understand that everything is based on the time in which it was done. And as long as it's not overt racism, I can pretty much watch it, right? But those are some of the ones I liked. And then I also don't like inclusion just for inclusion's sake.
Just throw it in there for no reason. Just throw it in there. I'll put the black person.
A random black lady in there. Don't make no sense for her to even be there. And what that does to a guy like me is I look at it and be like, so in order to say you had a diverse cast, you picked a black person and just tossed them in there. You could have gone and got some. What about the Asian community? I'm pretty sure there's a Vietnamese, Filipino, or Chinese person wondering why they never get to be on TV. Like there's more than just the two of us, black and white. There's more.
They be so overt about it. But yeah, that might be my topic for next week. That might be. But then I'll get to Saturday, be like, nope, I changed my mind. I'm gonna do this. So after that long tangent of we went from serial mascots I could beat in a fight to I really didn't think Archie Bunker was that racist. You're not gonna get this type of programming anywhere else. But definitely, definitely, definitely like this episode, share it with your friends, your family, your coworkers. We are still trying to get to that 500 subscriber. I am so very, 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 very close. So hit that subscribe button, obliterate it, destroy it. Also hit the notification button to know when I go live. And I will see you all tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m. Oh, Thea, tell us where we can find you.
Hey, yeah, if you're interested, you can wander over to Complex Mind Simple Man on YouTube. We just had a live show last night, and I thought it was really good. And I even watched it again today. So check that out. And I only have 66 subscribers. So get in on the ground floor, folks. You're going to be part of the first 100.
That's right. Hit that subscribe button on Complex Mind Simple Man. I got it right. Yeah, I got it right. Okay, so guys, I will see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m. We turn to all things serious. Um, I will see you all when I see you. Have a good evening. Bye bye, everybody.